Have you ever caught yourself saying, "That's just who I am," but deep down, wondered if that story is really yours? Maybe you've been stuck in a loop of self-blame, failure, or labels like, "I'm not enough," "I'm the fixer," or "I always mess things up." But what if the problem isn't you? It's the story you've been told about you. Welcome to Mind Made Clear, where mental health meets clarity. We believe therapy should feel less like a mystery and more like a map. Many people begin therapy unsure of what to expect or what kind of approach will actually help. CBT, ACT, EFT, or EMDR. Don't know the difference? You are not alone. So if you're asking, what kind of therapy is right for me? Let's find your fit together. Today, we're exploring narrative therapy, an approach that helps you rewrite the story of your life, separating yourself from your problems and finding the author within. Fasten your seatbelts, set your seat to upright position. Get ready for takeoff to mind clarity. What is it? Narrative therapy is built on a simple but powerful idea. You are not the problem. The problem is the problem. Created by Michael White and David Epstein in the 1980s, it's based on the belief that we make sense of our lives through stories. Sometimes those stories are shaped by pain, trauma, or other people's expectations, and we begin to live as if they are facts. Narrative therapy helps you step outside those limiting stories, explore alternative ones, and re-author your life with agency, meaning, and possibility.
Who's it for? This approach is helpful for people who feel stuck in self-defeating patterns or defined by their struggles, like anxiety, depression, shame, or identity labels. It's especially powerful for those who've experienced marginalization or have had their stories written for them by others, families, cultures, or systems. If you've ever thought, "I wish I could change the story of my life," or "People see me in a way that isn't true to who I am," narrative therapy gives you tools to do exactly that. How does a session look like? A narrative therapy session feels collaborative and creative. Your therapist might ask questions that sound almost like an interview. When did this problem first appear? How has it influenced your life? When did you manage to stand up to it, even a little? Together, you start to separate yourself from the problem, treating it as an external character rather than a personal flaw. The focus is on your skills, values, and intentions, not your failures. How does the process look like? The process usually unfolds through storytelling and reflection. You might name your problem, for example, calling anxiety the storm or self-doubt the critic. By giving it an identity, you gain distance from it and power over it. Therapists also help you look for unique outcomes, moments when the problem didn't win, even slightly. Those small victories become the seeds of a new narrative. Over time, you move from "I am anxious" to "Sometimes anxiety visits me, but I know how to respond." That shift in language changes how you see yourself and how you live. You start to externalize emotions rather than defining yourself by them. Let's return to Rohan, the same person we followed through other therapy approaches. Rohan has come a long way. He's faced anxiety through CBT, emotions through EFT, family patterns through family systems, social dynamics through feminist therapy, and meaning through existential therapy. But even after all that insight, there's a story that still lingers. I'm the one who carries everything, the strong one. the reliable one, the one who doesn't fall apart. It sounds noble, but it's exhausting. In narrative therapy, Rohan's therapist asks, when did this story about being the strong one begin? Rohan remembers childhood moments when adults praised him for being mature, calm, and never crying, even when he was scared. That story became a survival skill, but also a cage. The therapist invites Rohan to externalize the story, to see the strong one as a character, not an identity. They explore how this character has helped him, providing structure and pride, but also how it silenced his vulnerability and connection. Over several sessions, Rohan begins to imagine a new narrative, a person who is still strong, but strong enough to ask for help. He names this new chapter the honest strength. When he tells this story aloud, his voice softens. He says, "For once, I don't feel like I have to perform strength. I can just be me." That's the transformation of narrative therapy. Not erasing your past story, but expanding it to include your truth. Try it yourself. Here's a reflection you can try today. Think of a story you often tell about yourself. Something that starts with, "I always," or "I never." Ask, who first told me this story? Then ask, is it still true, or have I outgrown it? You might be surprised by how much freedom hides inside a single sentence. Now, a quick fit check. Ask yourself, do I want to see myself beyond labels or diagnoses? Do I enjoy reflecting, journaling, or creative exercises? Do I want to understand how language shapes my identity and emotions? If yes, narrative therapy might be your fit, especially if you're ready to reclaim authorship of your own life. That's narrative therapy. Creative, compassionate, and empowering. It reminds us that we don't live inside our problems. We live inside our stories. And every story can be rewritten with honesty, courage, and choice. If this approach speaks to you, tell us in the comments. Does narrative therapy feel like your fit? And which therapy would you like us to explore next? Don't forget to subscribe, because when your mind is made clear, you live lighter.